Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. It's Victor from www.veuniverse.com, bringing to you the best tips and strategies on how to grow your wealth. On this channel, we talk about how to make money. We talk about stocks, we talk about bonds, we talk about real estate, online business, small business, and technical concept. So this is the channel to be if you want to know how to grow your wealth. But before we proceed, I just want to say a big thank you to all my subscribers. Big thank you for coming in, watching my video day in, day out. If you're here for the first time, please consider subscribing and press the bell button to be notified anytime I upload a new video. So without wasting much time, let's get straight to business with this amazing video. So today the video is all about electric last mile solution merging with Forum Major 3, which is a Spac. Just so you know, Spac has been trending right now. Started with Nikola, Hyliion, Lordstown. It just keeps going on and on and on. So let's talk about the news, the Spac itself, what's in electric last mile solution for us investor, and finally I'll wrap up if I'm going to be buying or not. So without further ado, straight up to the first, let's get it from the right source. Let's get it from the horse's mouth. Let's listen to what the CEO of Electric Last Mile Solution, what he has to say about the company. So here's an interview. Let's watch.
Hi, Becky. Let's bring in James Taylor. He is the CEO of Electric Last Mile Solutions, joining us from the company's headquarters in Auburn Hills, Michigan. James, you and I have talked over the years, your previous life as one of the presidents of a division at General Motors. We'll talk about the auto market in just a little bit, but first you have to tell me about ELM's Spac and why you believe you guys will stand out in what's going to be a very crowded electric commercial delivery van market.
Right. Well, thanks, Phil. Nice to see you again. Our product is different, as you can see behind me. We'll be entering so-called Class 1 space as the only entry in this electrified delivery market. And this e-commerce explosion, let's call it, of demand on the last mile delivery has put a huge amount of pressure on the delivery companies to come up with economical solutions to that. And we'll be unique at the bottom end of the market here, where they're looking for low cost, highlight low cost, reliable, and as our name says, last mile delivery solutions. You said the market's pretty crowded at the top end and even the middle with some new announcements, but we'll be the sole first mover in the bottom of this space.
But you know that there are a number of Spacs that have been announced that are EV related, and I hear this from people and they say,
yes,
wait a second. Why should I be investing in another Spac? And they might look at your company, which is spun off from a Chinese automaker within the last year. Your pre-revenue, you've got pre-orders, and they might say, wait a second, why is this a good investment relative to other areas where I could put my money right now?
Sure. Well, I think the investors that certainly intend investing on us when we close are looking at the opportunity in this space and look at the success certainly of Tesla off the chart. Other new entrants in this space that have done quite well, recent Spacs like Ride or Lordstown that have done well, and they see the market being empty, and that this electrification of this specific segment is a perfect application for electric. It's short range, it's a commercial delivery, it comes back every night, it can be easily charged, and it doesn't really require that much range. So their reaction is they like the space, and it's a good opportunity for investment.
But is there enough demand out there? Look, you've got you guys, you got Ford and GM, Ram is not going away anytime soon. Rivian, I talked with their CEO, and RJ Scaringe, they've got an electric commercial delivery van coming. I mean, there are so many entrants into this space. At some point, somebody would look at this and say, wait a second. There are not enough contractors and small businesses to order all of these e-vans, if you will.
Right. Well, I'd contest that pretty heavily right now based on the reaction we've got from our customers. We have over 30,000 pre-orders, and that's a reaction to seeing the product, again, unique in our space, seeing the price point, $25,000 after the federal tax credit, their calculation of so-called total cost of ownership to run this vehicle. And then lastly, the demand. They're looking for electric products, as you know, with the extremely high pressure for them to achieve their commitments for green, for sustainability, for credits, and there's nothing available in this bottom end space. We're not competing with RJ, with Rivian, we're not competing with Lordstown, we're not up at the high ends of these other products that have entered the large, say, UPS vehicle space. So at this point in time, we're alone at the bottom in the price point that we'll be offering our customers.
James Taylor, the CEO of Electric Last Mile Solutions. James, we didn't have time to talk about it, but you're building this at the old Hummer plant just outside of South Bend, Indiana. At some point, we'll get down there, but we appreciate you joining us this morning exclusively here on Squawk Box. Guys, yet another SPAC, another EV-related SPAC. They're going to be closing this sometime in the first quarter.
Now that we've listened from the CEO himself, let's move it forward. We're going to get into details. Again, we'll talk about the news, the SPAC, and what exactly is ELMS for investors. You can see I'm right in front of Business Wire. So EV company, electric last mile, to list on NASDAQ through merger with Forum Merger 3 Corporation. The combined company to be named Electric Last Mile Solution Inc. and continue to be listed on the NASDAQ under the new ticker symbol ELMS. The pro forma implied equity value of the combined company is approximately $1.4 billion. Now that's a lot of money. So Electric Last Mile Solution expect to launch its urban delivery van as the first electric Class 1 commercial vehicle in the U.S. market in the third quarter of 2021. That tells us that there's still time, which means, there's still room for it to grow. I look at it for a long term. So 2 to 3 years time, that's my, forecast when it comes to ELMS. So let's keep going down. Approximately $379 million of gross proceeds expected from the transaction to be used to fund the operation and growth. So you see there's already money. That's why it's good to have SPAC. They come with this support, this base support resistance where they kick off from $10. That's why we like SPAC. So now, why don't we head over to investor space to get some more details when it comes to the news. Again, for the SPAC, we know it Forum Merger 3. So Electric Last Mile Solution is going public thanks to a special purpose acquisition company, SPAC, merger with Forum Merger 3. Okay, as you can see, so now we have 11 things to know about Forum Merger and Electric Last Mile SPAC merger. So the first thing is the deal will have Electric Last Mile Solution merging with Forum Merger 3. We already have that. This will also result in, Forum Merger 3 stock changing into, the ticker symbol will change. Electric Last Mile Solution will gain $375 million. That's good, the essence of the SPAC. We also have Electric Last Mile Solution plans to use the fund from the merger to operate its business and fuel growth, which is important. See, the company will move forward. The SPAC merger deal implies a pro forma equity $1.4 billion, which we already talked about. The deal is set to close during the first quarter of 2021. So which means there is still time for the actual handshake, the merge, to take place. So they haven't actually specified when the merger would take place. So that's something to take into consideration. Anytime companies are merging, it's good to know when that is happening. So let's scroll down. Okay, so this will make it the first electric Class 1 commercial vehicle in the US. That's the space where Workhorse is. So now there is a competitor for Workhorse. If Workhorse doesn't do well, they're still waiting for the United States Postal Service contract. But now with a merger combining with another company, who knows? They might dominate the delivering commercial sector. Okay, so Electric Last Mile Solution says its customers include some of the largest fleet managers and dealers in the country. So they already have customers, so that's good. So it means maybe pre-orders and stuff like that. So now let's head over. So now let's take a quick look and see how the stock is performing. So I'm sitting here. So as you can see, they went right up to 15, 13. That was, that was just a couple of days ago. Yep, on the 20th, it was up. It now dropped down. And finally, today, it's sitting at $13.70. So it's still, look at it. The price, it hasn't moved that much. So you can still get in at this point. It's still a good time to get in. To me, when a Spac goes over $15, $16, $17, I'm out. But if it's still at $13.70, I think it's still a good time to go in. So now, in conclusion, to me, I see this as a 2 to 3 years long term, because it said that they will start production or launches or the delivery by the third quarter of 2021. So there is still time. By the way, can I just have you all to like the video and subscribe if you haven't? That normally boosts up, the algorithm. So even though there is potential for Electric Last Mile Solution for long term, I will not buy it for now. I already bought a lot of stocks. I went in big with GIG, ticker symbol GIK, which, is as a result of the merger of E-Lightning Motors. So I went big on that. For now, I will not buy ELMS. So drop me a comment down below. What do you think? Is it a good buy? Are you buying Electric Last Mile Solution or are you not? I would like to know. Again, give me thumbs up. It's a new to give. Share the video. Any comment or question, drop it down below. I normally respond to all my questions. Until then, I will see you on the next video. Have a nice day. Goodbye now.